set the Firstrike indicator, simply remove it from the tube it comes in. Move the trigger a little bit to release the flag into the vertical position. Now on the bottom side of the indicator you'll see a channel. It's filled with foam rubber that acts as a cushion when you press it onto the rod. What you're going to do is press this onto the rod and give this retaining ring a quarter turn. It'll cam over and lock it onto the fishing rod. Find a place on the rod where it fits nice and snug. I like to stay by the hubs, by the eyelets here. Press it on, give it a quarter turn, it locks it on nice and firm. The one rule of where to place this on the rod is you have to have two eyelets in front of the indicator, and I'll explain that in just a second. But for now, to set the flag, you see on the trigger mechanism here, there's this little tab that sticks out. That tab has a little gap in it that this wire comes down in. The wire doesn't go underneath that tab. That's the storage mode. To set it, you actually bring it down into that gap and pull the trigger back, and it'll pull that wire underneath that ledge so that the wire's caught on all four sides. This is what keeps the wind from tripping it. But yet when a fish hits it, it kicks the flag out. Once again, I'll attach it to the rod. I'll bring the flag down, I'll put it on the top side in that little gap, pull the trigger forward, and it locks the flag down. There's a little spring washer underneath this orange nut, and that's for setting the sensitivity. By tightening that, I can tighten it right down if I'm dealing with a lot of wind or current. If I'm on a real light crappie bite, I'll lighten that right up so it just goes off on a whisper. Now to finish setting the indicator, like I described before, the two eyelets in front of this create a loop in the line. That loop just comes back, hooks into the V-notch on that trigger, and now you're set. It's important that you use the loop from here and not back here, so that both legs of that loop of line are pulling in the forward direction. So when a fish pulls on the line, it pulls that trigger forward and releases the flag. Now the line's completely free, the indicator's done indicating. All you have to worry about doing is catching a fish. When you're done, simply give it a turn, pop it off. Now when you store this, you bring the wire down and you're going to put it all the way underneath that trigger mechanism there. And then put this in the closed position, and it locks that flag in like that in the storage position. Throw it back in the tube, throw it in your tackle box or your bucket, keep your indicator nice and clean for the next time you go out.